How are we doing? Oh, it's Thursday night. Yes, all right. Here come the jokes. Thursday night, and I know we're not even in it, but yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? Manchester United tonight against Lask, and I suppose we've got to enjoy the football while we can at the moment because we don't know whether it will be stopping. England seems to be one of the only places that are not doing anything about it with this coronavirus and everything else. Today, La Liga has stopped for a couple of weeks. We already know that Serie A that's stopped. What else is there? The Man City Real Madrid game next week in the Champions League's been postponed. And we thought that the English Premier League was going to follow suit, but Boris Johnson, being Boris Johnson, has just pretty much done nothing. And it looks like the Premier League games this weekend are going to go ahead, and they're not even going to be behind closed doors. So very interesting. And I believe there's a meeting next week, Tuesday, I think it is, with UEFA, and they're going to decide whether to postpone the Champions League and the Europa League. So I do genuinely think that Euro 2020 will be cancelled, and that seasons, if suspended for the short period, 2 to 4 weeks like they are at the moment, the season will run into June time, and 2020 Euro will be Euro 2021. So yeah, Manchester United playing tonight, playing a team called Lask. I don't know anything about them in any way, shape or form. Is this for a place in the quarterfinals, is it? I believe it is. Games being played behind closed doors. I think Flex is in the stadium now. Managed to get himself media accreditation. And I think one of those privileges is that he gets to watch the game. So fair play to him. Love Chewits, man. Amazing sweets. I'll tell you something, this is going to be weird. Watching this game and there's like no fans. Wonder if you listen carefully, you can hear Flex shouting. So the game is underway. Manchester United got a very strong side out tonight, to be honest. Oh, wow. Oh, my word. That just seems so weird. You can literally hear everything. You can hear the players shouting to each other. It's proper weird. Oh, who's on co-commentary tonight? Robbie Savage. Oh my God, I can hear a baby crying. Anyone else watching the game, can they hear that? There's definitely a baby inside the stadium. Someone's literally turned up with their baby. Yeah, come watch the football. Mate, I'm honest to God, this is just weird. It's like going to watch a game down at the park. Proper weird. I feel sorry for Lass, to be honest with you. The fact that this has got to be played behind closed doors, because it's a huge game for them. And their home record in the Europa League this season is superb. They've beat Sporting Lisbon at home, AZ Alkmaar, they beat Feyenoord. They're a good side at home, but given the fact that they're playing, behind closed doors, no fans, I think that that's a big advantage to Manchester United, to be quite honest with y'all. Honestly, my personal opinion is that I would rather there were no games than play behind closed doors. Don't this show you, though, that without fans, look what football's like? Unbelievable. So what's everyone been up to anyway? Wherever you are in the world, are you in a part of the world that's in lockdown? Anyone from Italy here? Because Italy seems to be really badly infected out of all the European countries. And I believe last night Italy got proper lockdown. Everywhere was shut. Bars, restaurants, hairdressers, everywhere. I'm watching United because I want to watch football. I didn't realise it was a crime to watch other teams now. Oh, mate. Got a free kick there. Oh, big up Ellen from Cape Town, South Africa. Free kick, dangerous position. Shout out to Alex in Scotland. Ain't Scotland locked everything off as well? Schools and that. Oh, mate, that's a dreadful free kick. Shout out to John from Iceland. Shout out to Rashil from India. Oh, is it Ireland that shut everywhere down already? Seeing so many places get shut down, I lose count. Game feels weird, man. You might as well just go down a park and watch a team. Mate, you don't look happy at all. I didn't realise that. The last manager used to play for Crystal Palace. Wow. He was only there for 9 months. T-Ho. What genre of music do you DJ on the weekends? Playing a bit of everything now. House, R&B. It's just a weird game. Honestly, when you see how quiet it is, this must be what it's like having a season ticket at Man City. Do I think that any players from my team have the potential to make it big? There's some in there. Most definitely could go and get a very good career within football. Hey, listen, that was a legendary comment. It was my son's birthday yesterday. You know what I did for him? Left him at home. Why ruin his birthday? Oh. Jesse Lingard injured. I bet Manchester United fans are absolutely disappointed that he can't play tonight. This game just feels weird, just the atmosphere. Don't feel like it's even started yet. Yeah, I don't know why I've even got my headphones in. I might as well just play it because you're not going to hear anything apart from the commentators. Mate, why the commentator? Oh, don't get me started, man. Got a Juve fan in the comments. What's going on at Juventus at the moment, man? Daniela Rigani, obviously, being diagnosed with the coronavirus. Apparently, Ronaldo's in Portugal at the moment, and he's refusing to come back. You can literally hear everything. Oh, Gabriel, Tom Hanks, man. Even he's got coronavirus. You think even in his films, Tom Hanks, you know, he's been stranded on an island. He's had his ship taken off him. And then now in real life, he's got coronavirus. Oh, mate, just heard a clash of boots then. Oh, mate, you're in. Do you know what? I wonder, can you turn the commentators off? I don't know whether you can actually turn the actual commentators off, so I can just listen to the game. Do you know what's funny as well? Right? I've just noticed there, because McTominay's just had a shot that went to the moon, and behind the goal there's like an open space behind the goal, and you can see like the vehicles outside and everything. And they were saying before the game that there's some Manchester United fans outside the stadium trying to make some noise. I'm looking at it right now. There's a fire engine and everything. Why don't they just go over there, stand at that part of the stadium, and then they can watch what's going on? Don't need to be in the stadium. There's some people walking in the stadium at the top there. Who's that? More interested in looking to see who's walking around the stadium and why they're there. There is a crowd, 500 people allowed in the stadium. Well, if they're allowed in the stadium, why can't I hear them? All I've heard is a crying baby. Yeah, I know Flex is in the stadium. Wonder what he's doing. I'm going to message Flex and I'm going to tell him to shout really loud. Right, I've just texted him. Message has gone through on WhatsApp as well. I've said that I'm on a live stream, and can you shout really loud DTFC? We want to hear ya. That's a foul, referee. No, you give it eventually then. Yeah, do you know what? This is what it feels like. It does feel like, like the under 23 kind of games where there's no fans in there and you can literally hear everything. It's just weird. Can literally hear the players. Press, shut down. Crazy, man. Yeah, I'll sleep with my hat on. Also have a shower with it on as well. That's why they invented shower caps. Been a very, very weird opening near 20 minutes of the game. Oh, mate. Can you imagine Jordan Henderson having to lift the Premier League title to nobody? Like, what would you actually do? Like, that's a bad miss by Mata. Bad miss. Hold on, who are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 11 people standing right up the back. They look like police officers, though. What? They just gave Florida State the championship without any games being played and a free spot to the tournament in the US. What? Man United have been the better side in the opening 20 minutes. And that's a foul. It's brilliant. You can actually hear what they're saying. He's saying to the referee, what for? Look, for what? For what? Who's the better Wi-Fi password? Lask or Barte? Would I let my son play for Spurs? It's his choice, isn't it? That's a decent free kick, you know. That's a good, well-worked free kick routine. Fair play. Yeah, you know what? It's his choice, isn't it? At the end of the day, if it was, you know, his opportunity to be a professional footballer and whatnot, then so be it. I've actually had that conversation with him and I said, what would you do? And yeah, he could be the next Sol Campbell. Go there, infiltrate, and then get out. Listen, my son knows if he went and played for Tottenham and we were playing them, he would be getting abuse from me as well as the rest of the crowd because he plays for them. Man United, I think it'll only be a matter of time before they score, to be honest. They're all over them. Lask are finding it very, very difficult. Man United ain't lost a game since late January. They're doing all right at the minute, aren't they? Oi, listen. Hold on. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a good save. Daniel James nearly scores. Right. Go on to Flex's Instagram. Okay. And go on to his story. And his first one from inside the stadium, where he's just behind the dugouts in his seat for the game, and he pans round. 6 seats away from him is a woman sat there with a baby. That's the baby that was crying at the start of the game. She's probably looked at Flex and started bawling her eyes out. Go to his first Instagram story and you'll see it. There's a little baby about 6 seats away from him. That's got to be one of the players' wives and daughter and whatnot, isn't it? Yeah, Flex is in the stadium because he's got media accreditation, so he's allowed in there. He's got a pass for pitch, stadium, mix zone, press. Fair play to him. Bruno's doing really well since he's joined Manchester United. I've been impressed with him. Yeah, I'm sure it is Robbie Savage. Yes, mate. All right, keep waffling. Mate, Yaya Sanogo, my word. Those were the banter times, weren't they? So what's going on? Since this game started in the last 25 minutes, anything going on in the world at the moment? Let's have a look. Let's see if there's been any more updates or any issues or any bans being put in place or whatnot. One 0 Ngalo. Yeah, he's onside. Really good finish, to be fair. They've been a better side in the opening half hour, to be fair. Do you know what? I just saw this online and I actually thought this was genuine until I read all of it. But someone's put up breaking news. The RB Leipzig goalkeeper who played on Tuesday night against Spurs has been tested positive for coronavirus. Spurs players have been advised not to self-isolate as they didn't get near to him anyway. Fuck's sake. Dear God. Oh, mate. Some of the stuff you read online, man. Oh. I'll tell you something, that's a good thing about no fans in there. You can hear the tackles like that. The one by Fred on the edge of the box. Slabhead's gone over and is trying to get involved. Oh, it's one of them ones. Kicks the bottom of Fred's studs. Painful. Which club do I hate more, Tottenham or Chelsea? Tottenham, all day long. I don't despise anyone more than them. That's brilliant. Harry Maguire is literally in the wall and he's literally shouting to Romero, speak to me, trying to say to him, you know, where to put him in the wall and whatnot. It's a good thing about being in the empty stadium. You can actually hear this kind of stuff and what goes on. That's a poor free kick, man. Keith, what does Arsenal look like in 5 years' time? Certainly a lot better than we are at the moment. I said in an interview on AFTV, I think it was a couple of years ago, it was Man City away, one of the games, and I turned around and I said that it's going to take a good, 5-6 years or so to rebuild and to get over everything that's going on at the moment, or what was happening at that time. I remember my video away to Liverpool when I went mad, the one that's had like 3.5 million views. That one, what did I say on that? I said something about Wenger, it's being sabotaged so badly that whoever takes over is going to have such an impossible job. They won't be able to deal with it straight away. And then everyone will turn around and go, oh, well, it ain't as easy as you think. Wenger's a genius. He done this, that, the other. Lo and behold. Shout out to Khalifa from Washington, D.C. When am I going to do a rap contest again? Nah, not anytime soon, man. Lask manager's going mad at Igalo. The way he's just gone and held his face for that. Nah. Who's that singing? It started off the Lask fans that are in there. Please don't tell me that was Flex. What on earth is that? So nothing else is going on out there by the looks of it. Nowhere else has been banned and stopped and whatever. It's just, this game is just so difficult, man. This game is so like hard to get into just to watch even. It's just feels like some kind of under 23 game or something. It's just really, 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 really difficult to watch. Shout out to Vishnu with the super chat, sending love from India. AFTV have traveled all across the world. Why haven't you come to India yet? Arsenal are huge in India. You'll love it here. We haven't been on tour there. India is one of the only places I can't remember Arsenal being on a pre-season tour. So the opportunities have not really come around to go to India. If Arsenal do have a pre-season tour in India, then you can guarantee we'll be there. And it'd be interesting to see what happens this summer and whether there is a pre-season tour, whether the season goes into June time and there's no Euros and everything else. It's just going to be really strange. I've heard a few rumours that Arsenal are going to New York. I can't see clubs going to anywhere in Asia. Even if the coronavirus epidemic and whatever has been sorted out by them, it might take a lot longer than, you know, a couple of months for everything to completely die down and be totally safe. So, yeah, I can't imagine anyone going on to those Asian tours, which is a shame because I loved it when I went to Singapore and stuff. Could we go to Australia? Camille has asked me about the coronavirus and my own immune system because obviously I suffer with a chronic illness and I've had operations for Crohn's disease and everything else. And yeah, we could be vulnerable. Do you know what? If you spend your time worrying about everything and thinking that, you know, you're going to catch something or this is going to happen and whatnot, just live your life, man. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is. But if the game goes ahead on Saturday, I don't know, I might take a mask. Might end up going in a full suit. You know, one of them toxic suits. Yeah, pandemic, sorry. Haven't really threatened this half, to be honest with you. This left side, I've not been impressed by them. I don't know whether the lack of fans has really played a part in this. I saw their home record when this tie was made, and I thought, you know what, they could give Manchester United a decent game, especially at home. When you look at some of the sides that they beat at home, they beat Sporting at home. Like I was saying, I think it was Feyenoord they beat at home. And it's a good ball. Back post, what are you doing with that? Oh, best chance of the game for them. Most definitely the best chance of the game. Yeah, I have no idea what the suits are actually called. It's like biohazardous type suits, whatever the hell they are. Oh, mate. Stapes, message from Robbie, stay safe, DT, or he'll go bankrupt if we lose you. They're called hazmat suits. There's a few people saying that. That's what they're called. There's a few people saying that, you know, these this team here, their fans are massive to the way that they play at home. So it's unlucky for them, man, that this has happened. It'd have been interesting if the first leg was at Old Trafford and if the game would have been played behind closed doors. We've got left 5 minutes till half time. Hazardous material suit. My opinion on Bruno Fernandes, I think he's had a great start to life at Manchester United. Oh, that's flex. That's flex. I just heard flex singing that United are the team for me song that they sing. I can still hear him. Hold on, Flex is typing back to me now. He says that he's only singing Manchester United songs. If he sings a DT one, he'll get thrown out. Nearly a second goal. Harry Maguire heads that just wide. Rose like a salmon. 50 pence head. So what? We're a minute away from half time. What's that? Bad clearance by Romero. Poor cross. Mate. Daniel James, what a dreadful cross. 1 minute injury time in the first half. It's been a very, very weird half of football. So yeah, it's been a good half for Manchester United, to be fair. They've dominated the first half. Half time. So it's 1-0 to Manchester United. It's been a very comfortable half, to be quite honest with you. They haven't really had too much to deal with. Lask looked very toothless in attack. I suppose the highlight of the half was probably hearing Flex singing. And the fact that there's a baby inside the stadium, and in the first 30 seconds or so, that's all I could hear. Vishnu has asked me, you think that we should sign a quality right back and a solid midfielder instead of spending big money on a centre back? Saliba and Mari are there already. I don't really care that those two will be there. We still need another centre back. I want Upamecano. If you're, in a dream world and you're, able to spend the money and go out there and act like a big club like we should, then you'd go out and you'd buy an Upamecano. He's got 1 year left on his contract. Probably, what is it going to cost? About £50 million. That's an absolute steal. Thomas Partey for the midfield. Absolute beast. See him last night against Liverpool as well. In terms of a right back, I'd look at someone like Max Aarons. Norwich get relegated. But yeah, those are the key areas, and we need to sort that defence out. You build a solid base and the rest follows. No matter what level of football you do play, you need to have, that solid foundation. Yeah, I've been asked this question a lot today. about the AFTV fan cams, and if games get played behind closed doors, what will happen? Well, I haven't actually had a conversation with Robbie about it. But obviously there won't be fan cams from outside the stadium because, you know, we're not all going to turn up and be there just to stand outside the stadium and give our opinion on a game that we haven't been in to watch. Myself, if it's behind closed doors, I'm going to do a watch along for the Arsenal game. And then when the watch along's finished, I'll do my own, you know, fan cam for myself, which I'll put out on my channel, which is to, you know, speak about the game, what I think about it, just like I do on AFTV. Just my thoughts and opinions on my channel. And I think that's all that we can do, really, to be quite honest with you. There's not a lot you can do. What can you do? Maybe I could make a video trying to infiltrate the stadium, try and pretend to be a steward or something along them lines. You know, you see these videos of people trying to get into boxing events or stadiums when they're closed and they hide in the toilets overnight and stuff. Maybe I could do that. Hide somewhere and get into the stadium the next day. I'm looking at who we got coming up away from home. Emirates is like Fort Knox now, man. Obviously we've got Brighton Saturday. I'm just thinking structurally the layout and certain stadiums that are easier to get into than others. I'm trying to think who we've got coming up away from home. I can't think top of my head. I can only think of the home games, because I know we got, after what's supposed to be the international break, we're playing Norwich at home. I know we've got to go to the Etihad again. Etihad's awful to try and get into at the best of times, let alone when it's on lockdown. We've got to go to Molineux. We've got to go to Sheffield United. Sheffield United might be one. I've got a habit of sneaking into stadiums. What game was it in the Europa League we were playing a couple of years ago? It was the one in Sweden when it was about -15, -20, something like that. And I remember we went out there and we was in the main town centre, and we was with this little coach driver, and he turned around and said, "Do you want us to take you up to the stadium?" And I was with Robbie. Was Troops there? No, Troops weren't there. Was he there? I can't remember, man. But there was Robbie and a few of us anyway, and he, Osterson, that's it. And said, "Yeah, take us up to the stadium, man." So took us up to the stadium. And yeah, we all just walked inside, and then I remember Robbie was standing like in the middle of the stands and stuff, and he's turned around and he's just looking around like, "Where's DT gone? Where the hell's he gone?" Next thing, all he's heard is, "Robbie!" He's turned around, looked over, and I'm in the middle of the pitch, and I'm just like a little kid just running around. I was like, "I'm on the pitch, mate." And yeah, we had some UEFA delegate come up to us and was like, you know, "Who are you? Why are you in?" And was like, "Oh yeah, we're with Arsenal. We're just checking out the facilities and making sure everything's all right." Okay, carry on. And then I went off down the tunnel, went in the changing rooms. Yeah, I put pictures on my Instagram and everything at the time. It was well funny that we got in there. And there was when we was in the Champions League and we played in Belgium, Anderlecht, that one as well. We went there, and I remember we went to park up and we drove to Belgium, and we got by the stadium and we was trying to say to this guy, like, "Where's parking?" It was hours before kickoff, and we were like, "Where can we park our car?" And he didn't understand a word we were saying, and he just pointed in there, and he took us in, and we parked our car And we was now in where the coaches go, the players' coaches and everything. We're sitting there thinking, I ain't gonna say nothing. Park the car up, shut the door, locked it up, and we were gonna go off in town for a few hours, get something to eat, come back. And I noticed one of the gates was open, and I was with my oldest boy, Kieran, at the time. And I think he was about, dear Lord, about 14, 15 at the time, something like that. And I was like, let's go up and have a look through the gate. So I went up, looked through the gate, and we're now in the stand. And I was like, should we go on the pitch? And he was like, nah. And I was like, come on, let's go on the pitch. So we walked down, went through this gate, and we're now on the pitch. So I was like, Kieran, I said, get in the box. I said, I'm going to pretend to take corners and you put some diving headers in. So we're in the middle of Anderlecht Stadium. I'm taking imaginary corners and Kieran's running in, headering them, volleying them and all sorts, man. And then, we had some guy come over to us and he was asking us who we were and that. And we were like, with Sky Sports. And they were like, okay, yeah, you need one of these. And they gave us the passes and everything to put on. Never laughed so much in my life walking around. Went out of the stadium, went into the town for a bit, came back, used the accreditation to go back in. And then I ended up going behind the advertising boards when the game was on. And they thought I was just working with Sky Sports. They came up to me before the game, about 20 minutes before the teams were announced, gave me team sheets and everything. Again, these were things that I put on social media at the time. And yeah, man, that was fun. That was fun. Mate, some of the things we get away with. But lo and behold, if we're locked out of a stadium, I can guarantee the security is not as relaxed. And they will end up making sure that nobody gets into the stadium. But can you imagine if you do one of those videos, you know, like what I was saying, where you hide in a stadium overnight inside the toilets and whatnot, or, you know, you get copies of, you know, press passes or some kind of accreditation means that you can get in the stadium and you just basically go in there when you shouldn't, and you manage to get past the security and whatnot and watch the game. And can you just imagine that, sitting behind the goal, literally the only person doing a match day vlog? Just put your feet up, chilling, only person in the stadium, mate. Sarfak, when is Troops doing the full kit thing? I don't know. Troops has bottled it, mate. Just like he did with Robbie's one. He's bottled it. He's been owing that forfeit for a very, very long time. Anyone who don't know, me and Troops done a cooking show. And the loser had to go to a game at the Emirates wearing a full kit. Shorts, socks, shin pads, Astro boots, the works. Still waiting. Still waiting. Ah, Harry, that line has become legendary now. I represent my effing self. Who would have thought, when I was so angry that day and I shouted that, and then a year or so later I'll end up with my own team and smashing Blood Brothers and dealing with it. No idea why we weren't linked with Bruno. At the end of the day, Man United were linked with him from the summer. I think he was always going to go to Manchester United. It was just a case of when. Tyler, we will be next season. We are going into non-league. We will be a semi-professional team next season. So very, very interesting. We've got applications coming in already because we're holding trials next month because we're looking to add a couple of players to our existing squad for next season. So, yeah, it would be very, very interesting to see if we can find anyone within there that we can add to what we already have, because what we've got at the moment is a very, very, very strong squad and a very good team. And yeah, we're enjoying ourselves at the moment. So we'll see what happens next season. But I'm looking forward to the journey, that's for sure. What is happening about the game on Saturday? Is it normal? At the moment it is. I haven't heard any differently as far as I'm concerned. The game against Brighton is exactly the same. Fans are allowed to go. It's not behind closed doors. I don't know any different to that at the moment. It could change. Who knows? Who knows? You've got to think the Manchester City game was called off early hours of the morning, you know, when we were supposed to play them. So I can't imagine that being any different to this as well. If something happens that forces their hand, then so be it. I don't think if a player is directly involved, there's something more, you know, in the outside world that makes them, you know, get involved. Then maybe they will stop fans going in, but they will still play the game. I think the reason why the Man City game was called off was because it was directly linked to Arsenal players that had been in contact with the Olympiacos owner. So that was why, because it was a direct link to the team. Oh my dear God. Wow. Farhan. He says, I'm sure I saw you last week in Cricklewood. I got out of my Range Rover and I checked my back bumper. There was a biker behind you. Was it you? Yes, it was me. Yes, it was me. There was another Range Rover behind me. And, you know, you get them square boxes between the traffic lights. And if you get caught in those, then you get fined and everything else. I was obviously clear of it. The Range Rover behind me was slightly in the box and he was trying to nudge forward a bit and he touched my bumper. So I got out, obviously went round to have a look, make sure that my car was all right, said hello, got back in my car and carried on my business. Wow. Then it just showed that you never know who's watching. Thank God I behaved myself. So second half is back underway. I'm actually quite gutted it's back underway. See whether Lass can actually perform this half and do something a little bit different. No, I'm not putting no sound on in the background. I get copywritten. You ain't going to do that stuff, man. Is the banner coming out if the board don't back Arteta in the summer? It's going to be interesting to see what they do. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what they do. They're going to have to back Mikel Arteta. It's as simple as that, to be honest with you. And to be fair to them, they backed Unai Emery in the summer and they spent money and whatnot. And that's a free kick right on the edge of the box. How many transfer windows you reckon till Arsenal challenge again? Need about another 3 or 4. need next season. I think next season's about the main window, rebuilding, getting a structure, getting, some consistency within the team and everything. And then 2 to 3 years is when you look to challenge, and it's similar to what Liverpool have done. And you get it right, then you can be challenging within the space of about 3 years, 2-3 years. But it ain't going to happen overnight, that's for sure. And you've got to get the transfers right. They got to work. Did you organise the plane with the banner? Nah, nothing to do with me. Absolutely nothing to do with me. Poor free kick, man. Poor free kick again from Lask. Been very disappointed with them tonight. Had a lot of good things about them before the start of this game, but haven't seen anything. They've looked really, really poor. They can't be as bad as they were in the first half, surely. Mate, well over. Nearly hit the fire engine in the background. You know you're in the Europa League when there's a fire engine in the stadium. My dream 11 next season. William, boy, Jesus. Leno. I don't know whether Bellerin will still be here. I would love Max Aarons. I've already said that anyway. It's poor again, man. Saliba. Upamecano. Tierney. I think we'll be all right in the centre of midfield. Maybe Thomas Partey. What else can we have? I want to see Martinelli more involved. Oba. Pepe. We've got the basis there, man, but we need to get the signings right. Badly need to get it. Mate, Flex has not got a better hairline than anyone. Flex is at the game and his hairline's still in Manchester. Relax, man. He's got media accreditation. That's why he's at the game. That's a poor touch by Fred. He would have been in if he would have actually got control of that. Mata miles over the bar. Hey, listen, man, it's not wasting time watching football, man. I always watch football. I'm just doing live watch-alongs now. Can't beat them, join them. Why not? Wow. Juventus. Oh, wow. Juventus have confirmed 121 people within the club have gone into self-isolation including players, directors, and staff, after Daniele Rugani tested positive for coronavirus. Jesus. There's some announcement on the loudspeaker, and I have no idea what the hell they're saying. Mate, if the coronavirus suspends the league, then boy, we will still be undefeated in the league in 2020. Ooh, Telegraph Football are reporting that Arsenal eye a summer move for Atletico Madrid midfielder Thomas Partey. I tell you something, we sign him and I will have a party. And you're all invited. And I'm DJing. Is that even a real question? Aubameyang or Igalo? Behave yourself, man. At the minute, I think this weekend's games will go ahead. I don't think that they're going to stop. England seem to be carrying on with everything. I think England's answer to everything is buy loads of toilet roll and sanitize your hands. Seems to be the way that we're dealing with it. Everyone else in the world is shutting down and putting all these containments in place, and England are just like, yeah, whatever, just go get pissed and make sure you've got loads of toilet roll and hand sanitizer. Oh, mate, what the hell is Luke Shaw doing? Saka would have put that in. Ireland's on lockdown at the moment. How do you think that'll affect the Premier League? I think ain't going to affect it. No games are held in Ireland. One has to leave. Aubameyang or Lacazette. Which would you choose? Lacazette. Oba's unreal. Youssef, is Ibiza season still on this year? We will be doing a cooking show again. We had a lot of fun doing that, actually. That was good. 2-0. Daniel James. Wow, 32 games without a goal. Mate, seriously, don't even talk out your backside about Daniel James is better than Martinelli. Absolute fool. Yeah, I've been very disappointed by Lass tonight. Really, really disappointed. I know they were going to find it difficult without their fans in there, but not great. Free kick to Manchester United. David Buck, is Broads going to DTFC? No. I gave him the opportunity to come and join us. I said to him within the space of a month, I'll make him a better player. And he certainly wouldn't be going through any tournaments, not scoring goals. But if he wants to stay at AFTV, then fair enough. Stay at AFTV and continue to win nothing. Lloydie, man, what do you mean? Let me come try out for your team. You're about 60 years old, bruv. Yeah, this tie is over. This tie is done. Going back to Old Trafford. 2 away goals already. Yeah, done. Tie is done. Snedden, are you coming to Canada? If Arsenal play there in pre-season, then I'll come to Canada. I'd love to go to Canada. I've never ever been before. But yeah, I'd definitely love to go. If it's one thing about, doing what we do and with AFTV and everything else, we get the opportunity to, travel the world and follow our team and pre-season. I love the pre-seasons with the, actually going and visiting new places and, different lifestyles and cultures and the people and everything else. And, some of it's eye-opening as well. And it makes you appreciate what you've got. I remember we went to Singapore and, Singapore itself, absolutely beautiful. The main town area, it's full of designer shops and clean. It's just a beautiful place. And then on our final day there, all right, Garlo's in. Oh, is it the post? But we, on our final day, we got on a boat and we went to Indonesia, which is about 30 odd minute boat ride away. And the contrast was just, wow. It was just like something that you would see on television, and you can tell that there's there's not a lot of money in the area, and people make do with what they have, and it's a tough life. And going there was just a bit of an eye-opener, that you're literally a 30-minute boat ride away from somewhere that looks so wealthy, so beautiful, so clean, to somewhere that's just contrasting and so different. But it was so nice to experience it. It was so nice to, see different areas, cultures, and the people. And what I will say about, Singaporeans and stuff like that is they were just really, really nice people. And I had a great time out there. And I'll definitely go again, that's for sure. The only thing I hated was the flight. It's like 13, 14 hours or something like that. Oh, mate. About, am I ever going to leave Arsenal for Manchester United? Behave yourself, man. You support your team. You have one team. You don't change it. I'd rather shit in my hands and clap than support anyone else. Omar, when are you going to plan on visiting Kenya? I swear we said this in the podcast the other week, didn't we? Me and Robbie, we were saying about it, and we were saying that we actually think that before long, Arsenal are going to have a pre-season tour in Africa. Given the fact that obviously we've got the sponsors with Rwanda, we've got the connections with Nigeria, obviously Kenya's been mentioned, and if Arsenal are playing in Africa, then we'll be there. Again, these are places and things that I would like to do and experience. And you've got one life, man. Why not go and experience these things? Why not go and see it? And if you're in a good and privileged position to be able to do that, then so be it. So if Arsenal are ever on a pre-season tour in Africa and it's Kenya, he's in. Why are you cutting on your left foot, you absolute bonehead? Shoot the ball, man. But if you've got the opportunity, listen, man. Rwanda, Nigeria, Kenya, Ghana, wherever, we'll be there. Do I watch F1? Yeah, I've seen some of the F1. And it's called off, isn't it, the Australian? Am I a wrestling fan? No. A long time ago when I was a kid. Not now. No. Old Wembley or new? Old Wembley. Yeah, Jay, I've already said, man, if Arsenal play in India, we'll go to India. It's going to be interesting watching the Wolves game tonight, playing at Olympiacos, and no fans. That'd be very interesting. Nothing going on in the news at the moment with everything. So yeah, no breaking news while we've been on air with anything. Brandon Reef has said Man United deserve credit considering before Liverpool at home, if they lost, they could have been in a relegation zone, and now they are 3 points off fourth. They go for a very good purple patch at the moment. What is it? 10 games undefeated, I think it is, something like that. And I think they're not conceding many goals either. So yeah, it's very, very interesting. Very, very unimpressed with this side tonight, man. Oh, he's in. Oh, mate. Absolutely dreadful finish. They actually got in for the first time. That was dreadful, man. Who's that coming on? Chong. What was that effort from Magalo, man? Dreadful effort, man. The best Irish player to play for Arsenal. Liam Brady's the legend, isn't he? Do I see Pep at City beyond this season? No, to be honest, I don't. I think he's gone. Yeah, the reports everywhere are now starting to report this Thomas Partey rumour. It's very interesting. I've just seen that retweet on my timeline. Jan Vertonghen, Tottenham defender, has put a tweet out, and it's just an emoji of like a clock and then a couple of dots. Interesting. Could mean anything. Could mean he's off. Could mean he's still waiting to win a trophy at Spurs. Could mean the season's getting suspended. It's amazing, isn't it, that all the sporting events in England that are the wealthiest and earn the most money are the ones that are not being suspended. Convenient that we're in the process of the Cheltenham races as well. I think it was day one today, and there's like 4 days worth of it. So can you imagine them, having to cancel that? Convenient. Watch after this weekend. There'll be an order in place and there'll be bans. Watch after this weekend. Can't remember. What is it now? Thursday? That's about day 2 or 3 at Cheltenham, actually. But I know they got what they got left? A couple more days, isn't it? Just reading some of this stuff on what's going on at the moment. It's just crazy. So they're not locking down schools or anything, which means, my kids go to school. Off you go. Out you go. Out the door. Not getting off school that easy. I never used to get off school. Go on. Off you go. If football's cancelled, I'm going to watch all your old vlogs. Yeah. Some interesting things on there, that's for sure. I think Ozil will be gone in the summer. Ooh, I thought it was going to kick off in the middle then. Whey! 15 minutes left. It's been a very, very comfortable game for Manchester United, to be quite honest with you. I think that they've handled the game well. I think they've gone about their business, and I think it's been very easy. It'd be interesting to have seen whether it's any different if, there were any supporters in the stadium, given the fact that Lask have got such a good home record, even in this competition. But I guess we will never know. And I think that's to tie it over with, to be quite honest with you. I think that's done and dusted. 2 away goals. Done what they needed to do. Look, even Solskjaer now, he's taken the likes of Bruno Fernandes off. And he's got the weekend in mind, if the games are on, of course. Yeah, I've just seen the news about Boris saying that the games will go ahead this weekend. There's no even talk about behind closed doors. So wow. The fact that there's no fans within the stadium is costing Lask around about £850,000. That's a lot of money for a club like the size of Lask and whatnot. 850 grand just because they can't have no fans in. Crazy. So it's having an effect. So again, this brings back the question, doesn't it? Why don't they just suspend everything? Why don't they just suspend everything? Because, you know, clubs are losing out on profit and stuff like that. So it's not just about fans not being able to go to the game and watch, but clubs are missing out. Oh, they're doing a VAR check to see whether that was a penalty inside the box. Doing a VAR check. No, carry on. The ref's like, check over, carry on. Why do the referees, like in Europe, seem to be able to just deal with VAR so efficiently? Is it because the English refs are just so crap? Yeah, it's not a penalty. Louis, EastEnders is on. Yeah. Do you know what? 10 more minutes and I might go and have a watch. Put it on catch up. I might do a live watch along for EastEnders. Yeah, man, there's just so much debate online at the moment over what's best for everything, and it's 3-0, game over, tie over, game over, it's done and dusted. I could just hear Flex singing. That's all I can hear. Well, that's that game done. My God. Yeah, I watched the last 10 minutes. I ain't listening to it. My word. That's been a poor game. Not by Man United standards. They've done well. They've done the job that they needed to do. But Lask, I was expecting a little bit more from them based on their home record, especially in the Europa League. They've actually got a really, really good home record, and I thought that they were going to put up a bit of a fight, but then playing behind closed doors, it's just not going to happen, is it? It's just really, really difficult playing behind closed doors, obviously. And that's been a painful watch. I do actually think that the Premier League after this weekend is going to be done. I think that the games will stop, or closed doors, whatever you want to say. I think that will be it. I think once this weekend's out of the way. It's left of the game, 6 minutes. My God, how have I sat through 90 minutes of that nearly? Yeah, it's going to be quite a few weeks, that's for sure, with no football on, if there isn't any, because it's affecting everywhere. You've got Serie A lockdown. You've got La Liga lockdown for 2 weeks. The MLS is locked down. Crazy. No Invincible, no treble, no double, just Blackburn Part 2. I was saying the same earlier on. It's just absolutely fallen apart for Liverpool. In the last 10 days or so, they've gone from, chasing the treble, being invincible, losing to Watford, and then losing in the FA Cup to Chelsea, and then going out at the Champions League to Atletico Madrid. Yeah, they might get 100 points. Well done. What do you want, a Blue Peter badge? Woo, 100 points. Yay. Still win the league. That make no difference, does it? You can win the league with 70 points, 80 points, 90 points, over 100 points. As long as you win the league, it don't really matter, does it? People trying to compare this Liverpool side to the Invincibles and stuff, and Man United's treble winners in 1999. Behave yourself, man. Not even better than Man City's treble winners last season. Liverpool went out of every cup competition before Arsenal did when we were invincible. So stick that in your pipe and smoke it. Bergkamp or Firmino, are you actually smoking drugs? Behave yourself, man. Alas, gonna actually get a chance to score? No. Nah, I wouldn't be taking Smalling, man. I don't care how good he's doing in Italy at the moment. You need to be, sorry, I want Upamecano, as simple as that, man. You watch him the other night as well. I've been talking about Upamecano for nearly 2 years, man. People looking at me like, oh, I don't know what I'm on about. In 2 years I was talking about that guy. Guy's a machine. Exactly what we need. Exactly what we need, man. So frustrating. Mate. Let me block this little melt. Are Frankfurt losing, are they? Wow, another game that's being played behind closed doors as well. Just shows, doesn't it, just how important the fans are. And, you know, they're like a 12th man to a lot of teams. They're losing 3-0 at home. How much injury time? Put us out of our misery. Oh my God. 3 minutes. Who will win the Europa League? Inter Milan for me. I got a feeling that Inter Milan and AC Milan will Inter Milan and Manchester United will face each other at some point, and Lukaku will come back and haunt them. – 4-0. There's no point in them even bothering going to Manchester next week, is there? There's no point. Yeah, this team have been dreadful. How the hell have they got this far in a competition? They're dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Oh my dear God. Oh my word. What is the goalkeeper doing? Just stay at home next week. Don't bother going to Manchester. was such a poor effort. What the hell is the keeper doing? Oh, mate, spaghetti hands. Yeah, I've seen that 4-4-2. Hilarious. That's the end of the game. 5-0. Done, dusted, finished, tie over. If they're talking about banning, matches because of coronavirus and whatnot, then they might as well just put Manchester United through anyway, because they ain't going to lose, are they? Not at Old Trafford. They ain't going to lose 6-0 at home to Lask, who are one of the worst teams I've ever seen. That was like a pre-season friendly. That doesn't look like a game that was for a place within the quarterfinals of the Europa League. Man United have got themselves an absolute gimme by being drawn against them when you look at some of the teams that were left in the competition. And that's done, dusted, finished, over. Done, innit? My word. Absolutely dreadful. Listen, what we got? Games next. It's Wolves, isn't it? I think I'm going to watch that one in peace and quiet. And it's behind closed doors as well, isn't it? Olympiacos. Oh, mate. Honestly. Great. Football behind closed doors, eh? It's horrible. Don't like it at all, man. Look, listen. I'm going to go off. I'm going to go and watch the Wolves game. Who's playing now? Who is actually playing now? Is it Rangers playing now as well? Is there any fans in the Rangers game? Who are they playing? What the hell's going on? Let me have a look. Rangers are playing Bayer Leverkusen. That's it. At least there'll be fans in there. I might watch that one, actually. I might watch the Rangers game because there's actually going to be fans and an atmosphere. Olympiacos Wolves is 8 o'clock as well. But, of course, there's no fans in the stadium. And I think they've got a massive advantage, Wolves have, for not playing Olympiacos when there's no fans there, because their atmosphere is hostile. So, looking at that, what we got? What? Eintracht losing 3-0 at home to Basel? Nah. Istanbul won 1-0. Nah. Eintracht Frankfurt losing 3-0 at home to Basel. And that was played behind closed doors. Wow. That's insane. Doesn't that just show, though, how important the fans are? And how tough it is when you haven't got your support there? Crazy, man. Just shows, doesn't it? Just shows. So there's not much else going on social media at the moment. Everyone's just going into meltdown, worrying, and all the rest of it. And it is what it is. But yeah, man, that's it from me. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go and make myself a cup of coffee, and I'm gonna go and watch one of those games. I might put one game on a screen each and multi-game them. And we'll find out in the next 24 hours whether there's any change to the Premier League games. At the moment, they're being played. At the moment, the fans are allowed in. So yeah, listen, tomorrow morning, there will be my DT Daily, where we will talk about what's going on in the world of football at the moment. And there will be, we got tomorrow? Friday, innit? Yeah, so my preview to the Brighton game will be coming out as well tomorrow. And yeah, then we'll find out whether we're going down to Brighton and whether the game's being played. If it's not, what I will say is that, you know, the game doesn't get played, then in terms of no fans there, I'll do a live feed. But at the moment, we're there. So we'll see what happens. And yeah, listen, massive thanks to everyone that's tuned in. And I'll see you lot when I do another live stream and when I do my normal videos. So I'm out of here.